All right, we are live. We have Jacob Garza, your Houston Auto Advisor, and
Izzy closed them, baby.
Izzy is here today, and we're gonna do just a debrief. I know for y'all that are new to the business, or even maybe just have been in the business but haven't quite consistently got over 15 cars a month, we're gonna kind of chop it up with Izzy, just get his feedback. You're dealing with a real salesman in real time. Izzy, go ahead and tell him a little bit about yourself, just how long you've been on the floor, and how long you've been here at BMW selling cars.
So, what's up, guys? Izzy here with BMW of West Houston. So, I've been on the floor. I'm actually on my fifth month. I'm on the third day of my fifth month right now. So, 4 solid months. I've actually been with BMW for almost 6.5 years now. Started off as a product specialist, just worked my way up through the ranks, but I'm officially selling cars as of May 1st, 2025.
Awesome. And for the month of August, how many sales did you finish with?
13 sales for the month of August.
And coming into the month of August, how many sales were you pushing for? What was your goal?
18. 18 was my goal.
18 was your goal. And if you had to be honest with yourself, because I know today's the third, so you've had a few days to reflect on this, what would you say kind of was the deficiency? What left you at 13 cars rather than stretching for those extra 5 deals?
Honestly, I feel like it was just like my overall activity level. I think I put too much into one segment, which is mining, right? Overall, I guess, would you call that prospecting?
Data mining.
Data mining, yeah. So I did put, to me, after reflecting for now 5 days straight, I'm officially ruling it as just me putting too much time into a single thing. And I think that's what really stopped me last month from hitting my goals.
So, would you say it was a lack of effort or a lack of execution, not hitting 18 cars?
More so, I really want to say effort and execution, because it's not like I didn't come in here and do what I needed to do, but being real with myself, I didn't put enough effort to live bodies, whether it was taking ups, looking through unsold vehicles from salespeople that didn't do their job before. And then as far as execution, there came a time where the third week of the month last month where I could have really turned it around. Instead of doing that, I was like, well, I'm already so far into like mining through Mastermind and the service drive that I just got to fall all the way into it, when I could have just turned around and just started bringing the sales floor back into it. So I would say a little bit of both, really.
When we're looking at car sales, we're looking at an infinite game. So with Izzy being so new, and 5 months is new, and when we're looking at 5 cars, you may say to yourself, "That's not a lot of cars." But for anybody that's in the fight, 5 cars is huge. 5 cars is a big difference. One on your paycheck, and then for us, we have a unit count based commission. So the percentage of commission that you're getting, because I know with data mining, Izzy was focused on maximizing front end gross, maximizing back end gross, and ultimately the whole deal altogether. And finishing 5 deals short of that, there's a substantial amount of money that's left on the table. And I'm not trying to kind of twist the knife,
No, no,
but
no.
this is a reality
Yeah.
that as a salesperson reflecting, that these are things that I would say need to fuel the flame and the fire. So when Izzy says that he focused more on data mining, he was focusing more on deal creation. Talking to new people, kind of more or less fishing upstream. Because with data mining, it's very rare that you get instant gratification. A lot of these deals take time to mature and to ultimately close. So super proud of Izzy because he is attacking deals, and his strategy is the road less traveled. I would say there's not a lot of salespeople out here that focus on it or even make it a priority. So the fact that he's doing it, and getting better at it and working to master data mining, it's a huge accomplishment. And 13 deals is nothing to kind of just be disappointed about. But what we have to focus on when we're talking about a whole month of sales, you need to sell a car today and you need to fill the pipeline for tomorrow. So he's absolutely right. Focusing on fresh ups, getting people in front of you day to day. I said it in the daily drip this morning, but for me, I am focused on 4 fresh opportunities a day. So whether it comes from the internet, the service drive, data mining, previous clients, referrals, prospecting, whatever it might be, I need to have 4 new deals that I'm working. Because you're not going to close 100% of those deals.
Yeah, exactly.
So if I'm telling myself that over the course of the month, I'm going to close 15% of the opportunities I create, well, then it's just a numbers game at that point. How many people do I need to talk to that 15% is a good benchmark? Or if you want to even give yourself a little bit of room, let's say 12%. So if you're talking to 12% of people, then you need to talk to more people.
Yeah, when you said that earlier, like, because I was listening to it on my way here, when you were like basically having 4 warm leads a day, I took that as, okay, what makes a lead warm? Is it the fact that somebody's talking back and forth about potentially doing something? Is it like how would you dissect that?
I would consider warm a timeline. So somebody that is actively shopping for a car. So intent and then timeline would be the definition for me of warm and hot. Somebody that is like, I'm just in the beginning stages, or I'm considering a new car. That's what I would consider lukewarm. Somebody that has no idea, they're like, yeah, I'm comparing Mercedes, BMW, Lexus, all this stuff. That's what I would actually consider cold.
Yeah.
So those are the opportunities I typically delegate out. Those are the opportunities I typically have maybe Ansh or Daniel or whoever is making calls on my behalf at that given time. Those are the people that I'll have them kind of touching. And for myself, I make a note to maybe reach out to them every couple of weeks rather than daily.
Yeah.
So warm or hot is somebody that is on your planner daily that you're touching daily. So whether it's with an internet, we have Auto iPacket, and I think that's one of the best resources to just, hey, I haven't forgotten about you. Here's a couple cars that I have in inventory that I thought you might like.
Yeah.
And even if they tell you that's not what I want or nothing like that, at least they're seeing your name and they're seeing somebody that's like, all right, this guy hasn't given up on me yet. He's thinking about me. He's doing his job. This is a professional.
Yeah.
So, mindset. I would say mindset-wise, one of the biggest shifts I made in my brain was just the floor. So, a lot of salespeople like to look at the ceiling, and for the record, there is no ceiling. It's a glass ceiling, so you can sell as many cars as you want. But my floor, I will not dip below a certain number. I am no longer going to sell less than X amount of cars.
Yeah.
And when I shifted my brain to say, 21 was like my floor.
Yeah.
And that's with or without vacation. That's with or whatever, that's with or without hurricanes, hackers. There's so many things that have gotten in our way over here. But 21 cars is the absolute lowest that I would accept for myself at this stage in my career. I would say for you that you need to shift your floor. That there gets a point where it's, I like to say the scoreboard. It's the fourth quarter. You're down by X.
Yeah.
And you have to make your shots. You have to execute. You have to do what you need to do. So that means if I got to get here an hour early and stay an hour late, if I'm working through lunch, if I'm eating lunch at my desk, if I'm, doing whatever I have to do, I am hitting this number no matter what, and nothing's getting in my way. I'm making sure my managers see how much work I'm putting in. So maybe even they'll take a deal that they normally wouldn't take, but they've seen me work it so hard.
Makes sense.
When you tell yourself, I'm not going to sell below 15 cars a month, then there's no way that you won't hit 18 cars a month, because you're already your baseline is already 15. And if your month is pacing 15 on the 20th, there's still 10 more days, and then all of a sudden you're like, you know what, my new floor is 18. And I'm gonna get 18, but really in my head I'm getting 21. Like, I'm going for it, I'm going all out. And it's a different intensity. And you're gonna see it with me, you'll see it with Bears, but that last week of the month, somehow we always pull out 10 plus deals in that last week of the month. No matter, even though that's my goal every week, for whatever reason, in closeout mode, there's a different shift. I wake up with a different intensity. I go to bed with, kind of tunnel vision. And I think that's kind of a difference between being a top performer and somebody that runs through the tape versus somebody that's kind of just hoping to get to that number.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that?
I mean, honestly, I feel like I've never really haven't had a chance to think about it like that. Like my mind has been like oh, I really want to hit 18, 20. I really want to hit 20. I really want to hit 20. I really want to hit 20. That when I do cross that line for that threshold where it's like, all right, I've got 10 cars out. It is the 20th or 25th, whatever the case may be. Then I start to like lose that momentum where like, damn, I've only got say 13 cars out, and it's the last week of the month or last 2 weeks of the month, and I feel like I don't get discouraged in the sense of like, oh well, I don't want to do this anymore. I get discouraged in the sense where I'm like, that's it, really. Like it's always my fault. Like I'm like, there's something that I'm missing. I never blame it. Like not once have I ever been like, oh it's the market, or oh it's because nobody's here today, or oh it's because it's a Monday or a Tuesday or whatever. I'm always like I'm missing something. I'm not doing something right. So I'm trying to push the accountability back on myself, where it comes back to an execution point where like, what did I not do? And I think that's what was holding me back, is like, I don't want to be an average 10 to 13 car guy. Like that's that. I mean, if you want to pull it for what it's worth, I mean that's good, you know. But like that, I don't want that to be my life. I want it to be normal for me to. I want a bad month for me to be like 15 to 18 cars. Like damn, it was really slow, or oh I don't know, whatever, tariffs, the government, whatever, hurricanes, like that. That's what I really and I want it so bad to the point where like I need that's what I'm trying to shift my focus on, is like, how do I execute that to where I'm at 5 cars a week?
Yep.
You know,
and
at least
again, it's all these little tips or little hacks that I kind of do mentally, because sales is completely a mind game. So I took this away from Ed Milet's book, The Power of One More, and he broke it into mini days. So he breaks his day into 3 days. So for me, my day starts early. I'm up at like 3:30, 4 o'clock. From 3:30 to let's say 9 o'clock is family time for me, family and personal development. So I'm working on my body, I'm spending quality time with my kids, I'm waking up with them, I'm waking them up most days, cooking breakfast, getting people ready, doing hair, hyping them up, getting them excited, just letting them know we're going to be good listeners, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And then, you know, I read or listen to a podcast, or, you know, the things that I'm listening to on YouTube or watching on YouTube are to pump myself up. And sometimes I literally just have to watch a video I've watched 1,000 times and just remind myself who the I am. You know, who am I going into the day? Working on my body, because energy is huge for me. So just making sure that I'm lifting weights. Right now I'm doing jiu-jitsu, or, you know, rucking. What get your steps in. Whatever you got to do to get your mind flowing and thinking. And then from 9 o'clock to I'd say about 3 o'clock, this is fishing. I am going and I'm generating business. I'm generating appointments. I'm following up. I'm wrapping up deals. I'm cleaning up deals. I'm doing everything I can to generate business. And then I'd say from about 3 to the rest of the day, I'm reaping. So I'm reaping the appointments that I've set, the deals I have going, because I'm not really looking to catch fresh ups. At this point in my career, I can count on one hand how many ups I've taken all year. I don't take ups. Your strategy is going to be different, of course, but for me, I'm the rewards of the work that I've put in throughout the day are now going to come to me. And I'm focusing on family time and, you know, and unwinding and doing stuff like that. But also, I break that into month, so mini months. So it's the first third of the month, the first 10 days, the middle 10 days, and the last 10 days. Okay. Now, most salespeople, I stole this from Bearish, by the way. Most salespeople finish a month really strong, leave it all out on the field, and they like to take a few days off. F that. Don't do that. I like to extend my closeout, really hit it hard that first 10 days of the month. And the middle 10 days of the month is when I'll take a breather. I will start strong, take a little breather, finish strong.
Gotcha.
And that helps momentum-wise, mind-wise, because then you're typically exceeding your pace come the 15th, because you've already had your feet on the gas. So I'll optimize vacations, maybe days off, little things for those middle 10 days. And for the first 10 days, it's all about pipeline, because you have time. You don't have to close these deals out before the end of the month. You don't have the you don't have the clock, the buzzer beating down on
Like
you.
it is.
I have time to dealer trade. I have time to do this. I have
Yeah.
time to let deals mature. Those last 10 days, urgency. The middle 10 days is where I may coast a little bit. Now that I'm pushing for like 40 cars a month every month, the coasting to me means something a little bit differently, but I may, leave a little early. I may, come in a little bit late here or there. But as a whole, I have a plan to sprint out the gates, catch my breath, and then finish strong.
Yeah.
And that helps the pace of the month go along. So I tell Izzy, I tell the guys all the time, every week is closeout.
Yeah.
Every single week. So if I'm trying to sell 40 cars a month, I need to sell roughly 12 cars a week. I can't hope that I pull a 15-car week out of my butt at the end of the month. Now, if I do that, great. It helps me. Yeah. But that means I need
you above your pace. Yeah.
I need to sell my 10 to 12 cars every week, and that usually means I'm selling 2 cars a day if I'm doing that. And I'm not afraid to kind of work part of my off day or all of my off day if I need to. And I kind of just need to be real with myself when I need to take time off, and when I do need a breather, or sometimes my family needs me as well. And it's just like, you know what, I can afford these days off. I put in the work, but it's all a mental fortitude game. It's all mindset and just making sure that you leave it all out on the field and that you're crushing it, and you're a $1 million boyfriend. You're a $1 million son. You're a $1 million salesman.
Yeah.
You all of these things, you can't turn one off and turn one on. You just have to be it always.
I feel like when it comes to like certain things, like when people are like some of these guys, they dread working on their off days, or like it became a big deal whenever they were talking about who was off on July 4th and who had to work on Labor Day, right? When they had asked me, I was like, I want to work both days. Those are hot days. Well, we used to have to pick a day off. I was like, all right, I'll just sign me up for whatever nobody else wants.
Yeah.
Or whatever, and I'm still going to work that day. To the point where they everybody was mad about coming in on Labor Day. But to me, it's like, you made a good point back when I first started again, February? Was like, you can, as a person who can handle it, you can run for extended periods of time without needing that, like, true day off, or without needing that, like, oh, I need a breather. I felt like, to me, I haven't earned that day, like that complete day off. Like, from my month last month going into this month, I'm usually off on Tuesdays. I came in for 2.5 hours yesterday to situate everything that I still had bleeding onto this month because I want to be done with it. I got that X6 finished. I got my other client's X3 done from getting the dent pulled. I delivered those 2 i7s, got them tinted, got the chargers, all within 2 hours. I did all that. I still went home. I walked the dogs. I went, had like a late breakfast with my mom. I went, got a haircut. I went back home. I cleaned up the house. I did everything I needed to do while not having a true day off.
Yep.
Because, like, I'm a firm believer in, like, I only need a day, if that.
Yeah.
And yesterday was my day for that, But I feel like this month is like, for sure, the month that I'm completely shifting my focus. And I'm just going to, I now know what works for me. After doing that whole data mining thing for the whole month, literally last month, I know what works and what doesn't work, or what works at a certain time, like how you were talking about, like letting it mature and stuff like that, or those cold leads that become warm, become hot.
It's important to know when in the month to do what.
Yes, 100%.
Or when in the day what to do what.
In the day, because like you said, you don't have enough time. Your perception shouldn't be, I get off, I go in and I get off at this time. I go in at this time, I get off at this time. You should be like, holy shit, I don't have enough time in the day to do what I want to do. That's not aiming towards, I don't have enough time to sell a car. It's, I don't have enough time to mine.
Yep.
I don't have enough time to watch the lot. I don't have enough time to work the service drive, to walk my lot, to know where this Phytonic blue X5 with cognac interior is that's making, X amount of money on the front. You need to know those things, but I feel like you have to convince yourself you don't have enough time in the day, not only because you really don't have enough time, but to spark that fire under your ass, like everything has to move, not like honey, but like freaking water, right?
Yeah.
Everything has to flow.
And I'll leave you guys with this. You want to be so busy that you have no choice but to prioritize and optimize your day. You need to decide what is worth your time and what isn't. And the luxury or that I've earned is that what generates the highest income for me? What choice am I going to make today that's going to make me the most money? And what can I pour into somebody else, my junior sales agents, that will help me along my journey? So I don't need Anch or Daniel to be 100% of me. I just need them to do what I can do 70% as good as I do it. And that keeps the pipeline moving. That keeps cold, warm, moving towards hot. Or just killing leads, killing stuff that's not worth our time anymore, stuff that's dead. You got to know when to cut the dead weight.
Yeah.
So, Sales Pros, this is going to be us. Like I said, Izzy, we're going to watch him go from 12, 13 cars to 15 cars to 18 cars to 20 plus. We're going to check in from time to time and just kind of tell you where his head's at. I'm going to give as much honest feedback that I can with where I am at in the game. And just stay tuned because the community is going to keep growing. As we grow, we're going to have more feedback and more experiences that we can offer you. And if you took something away from this, anything, just drop a comment, invite some friends. We want this community to be full of winners, but ultimately we want the community to be full of people that want to bring other people with them. Because for me, my success, my legacy isn't what I've created for myself, but the opportunity that I've created for my family and for my friends. And the money team, what we're building over here at the store is 3 salespeople currently. We want to sell 100 cars a month between the 3 of us. So that means Izzy needs his piece of the pie, Andres needs his piece of the pie, and I need to continue leading from the front and doing what I know I can do. So until next time, Jacob Garza, Houston Auto Advisor.
Don't forget, watch the Daily Drip. Catch an episode. What is it? Every morning.
Every morning, 8 a.m. You can there's Zoom links there, so if you want to hop on the Zoom link with me, hop on.
Every morning.
We can chop it up. I can get a little feedback from you, but every morning I try to just be who I need for myself or who I needed in the past. So until next time, guys.